The Ship's Starting by Walt Whitman, 1819 to 1892. Lo, the unbounded sea, on its breast a ship starting, spreading all sails, carrying even her moonsails. The pennant is flying aloft as she speeds so stately, below emulous waves press forward. They surround the ship with shining, curving motions and foam. Okay, this poem is by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is the person who pioneered this form of writing poetry without any rhyme. Yeah, it's free verse. Yeah, although there are all sorts of other poetic techniques within this. Let's see. Also, if you actually look at it just in the title, The Ship Starting, so we've already got Ship Starting and probably the name Walt Whitman as well. Yeah, is quite nice. Okay, so what's this poem about? Okay, well, this poem, it just describes a ship sailing through the sea. I think it's only recently left harbour, and this poem is full of imagery. It gives us this idea of this ship on the sea, and I can see the wind moving the sails and the sea beating against it. And let's see, imagery is not just a visual image. You get the feeling of all the movement and the colour and the sounds of the wind and the ship moving. So let's see. Lo, the unbounded sea. So lo means look. Lo and behold, look over there. Look, the unbounded sea. So unbounded. I think unbounded I would interpret in two different ways. Firstly, is completely free. It's not restrained by anything. Yeah, it's completely wild. And also, to me, unbounded gives me the idea of it has no ends. Yeah, the sea goes on forever. It goes to the horizon. Okay, so I think unbounded, firstly, it gives me this idea of freedom. There's nothing controlling it, and therefore it's got lots and lots of movement and the waves and things like that. On its breast a ship starting, spreading all sails, carrying even her moonsails. So on its breast, on the surface of the ship, of the sea, to me also on the surface of the waves, a ship starting, a ship sailing through the sea. It's probably recently left the harbour, but now it's out at sea. Spreading all sails, so it's got all of its sails out, carrying even her moonsails. Now the moonsail is the sail right at the top of the mast. These are the smallest ones, and these are the closest to the moon. And perhaps this gives an idea of a sail that is catching the wind from the moon, or the moonbeams. And here with this, I have this image of a ship with all of her sails, all of them, which means the wind is quite strong, and the wind is pushing the ship along very, very quickly. Yeah, and it's got that you can see all of this canvas and all of these sails that are taut and being blown along in this wind, which is clearly very strong. And look here. So A ship starting, spreading sails, even her moonsails. There's lots of syllabants with S's. The pennant is flying aloft as she speeds. She speeds so stately. Below emulous waves press forward. So at the very top of the mast, the pennant. The pennant is the flag that that indicates the captain, or the commission of the captain of the ship. Yeah, and the pennant is flying aloft at the top, and here I get the image of this pennant absolutely horizontal because of the high winds. As she speeds so stately. So clearly the ship is speeding. It's going very, very, very rapidly. And I think maybe if you look at this from a distance, maybe from the land, you see the ship speeding, moving rapidly, but in a stately way, like a stately procession. Yeah. And again, look at all these S's. As she speeds so stately. More syllabants. Yeah. So the ship is flying across the water. Yeah, flying aloft. The pennant is flying aloft, but I get the feeling that almost the ship is flying aloft. Yeah, and then below, at the bottom, underneath, at the sea, emulous waves press forward. So emulous means competitive, ambitious. The emulous gives the idea that the waves are fighting with the ship. Yeah, they're contesting the situation. So the fighting waves press forward. They surround the ship with shining, curving motions and foam. And now we have the imagery of the waves crashing against the ship, even though it's going really fast, and they are surrounding the ship with the curves of the waves, and the ship is going through these curves, and you can see the foam on the waves. So here we've got more imagery with the water below around the ship fighting with it, and the foam on the sea, and the ship cutting through it. And I think all of this poem, it just gives a very clear imagery of the wind blowing this ship, and the sea below it, and the huge sails, even the moon sails, as if they could touch the moon. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. The Ship's Starting by Walt Whitman.